has been Story of My Life from Iran. Truly an amazing story. And I really believe in Kenya we need to make more stories about our differently abled people. Because honestly, if I was half or even a quarter of one of those people to have that kind of courage to achieve what they have achieved, I think I'd all be a better person. And I think we all would be a better person. So now, did you know that 15% of the worldwide population is actually differently abled people? And when I say this, I'm talking about 110 million to about 190 million, all of them limited with some form of disability. But how are we going to change this awareness? How do we change this awareness so we can stop looking at the disability but look at them as a person? Through sports, differently abled people can be able to achieve anything they want. And that is why we are having this discussion on differently abled sports and surmounting its challenges. I am Florence NDUTA. I'll be moderating this panel. And with me today, I have representatives from Special Olympics and a very special para-athlete. I will start with Vincent, here next to me. Vincent is the sports director at Special Olympics, Kenya. And on our far right, we have Joshua. Joshua is a sports officer at Special Olympics, Kenya. Now, why I have left the best for last is a lady called ASIYA. ASIYA is, you see her, this now beautiful lady here, but she's a powerhouse. She is the first Kenyan female to represent Kenya at the Paralympics in Tokyo 2021. She has so many other disciplines that she plays. She is a wheelchair tennis player, badminton, can I keep going? Yeah, she plays chess. Yeah. She plays so many sports, but above all, out of all that, she is a trained teacher. That's another story coming up. She is under 40 winner. I mean, really, I don't understand how she manages to balance herself through all this. So really, I'm saving the best for last, but we are going to start with her. How did you get into para rowing? Or let's talk about para athletes from actually being a teacher. I mean, that's a difference.
Yeah, the kind of different.
Yes.
So how do I get to para rowing? I got my disability in 1992. So I was in 1994, I was already 2 years of age. So all my schools from primary to secondary, they were for persons with disability. So from the school is where I get to learn so many sports at a go. So they were encouraging every student to learn more than 3 games. So that's where I get to learn indoor games, outdoor. My primary was in Mombasa at Portrays for the physically handicapped. And then I went to Thika at Joytown Secondary School. So in between there, I've been doing those sports activity. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll come to you, Vincent. I had some very interesting information about Special Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 million athletes worldwide for Special Olympics. 1 million coaches and volunteers. Over 100,000 competitions each year, not over a period of years, each year. 32 Olympic-type sports, over 170 countries. Wow. I mean, and then I come down and look at Vincent. He's a sports director at Special Olympics Kenya, and one of his roles is to ensure all sports programs undertaken by SOK are implemented. How do you put that all together? What are the challenges you face, and how do you actually overcome them?
Thank you. Hello, viewers. Let me start from where you have left. My role is to ensure that within our boundaries, even sometimes we go out of the boundaries, to ensure that people with intellectual disabilities, because that's our main core mandate, they get to participate in sports. So for us, what we do is we look for them wherever they are. We don't wait for them to come for us.
Yes.
So long as we can be able to get one in whichever village, in whichever town,
Yes.
we will take our machinery, go there. For Special Olympics, we are a volunteer-driven organization, meaning anybody who works with us. Like a good case, the 1 million coaches all over the world.
Yes.
No one pays them.
Wow.
Yes, they give their sweat, they give their joy. Even sometimes you give your money and your blood, just to make sure that people with disabilities, give them the platform just like able-bodied people.
Correct.
And they will show you what they can do.
Wow.
Like, maybe I give a small example in our
Yes.
country.
Yes.
Out of the 32, we are engaging in 16 sports.
Yes, I saw that.
And recently, 3 weeks ago, we did our national games where we had 12 sports. More than 350 athletes competed in 12 sports disciplines. And out of the 350, we have already secured our team to Berlin next year, June, 66 of them.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I just say that's the big congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you so much.
That is amazing. And that brings me to you, Joshua. Joshua has a different journey. Where did you start?
Thank you. My journey started in primary school, whereby it was a challenge for me to cope up in the primary school. I tried to read, but I did not cope. I tried to do mathematics, English, but at least I managed to go up to class 8. From class 8, I went to a special school. Now from the special school now is the time now I started realizing at least some few of English, some few of maths, and a little bit of some tailoring, and then some sports. That is where my journey started, because the marks which I got in class 8, I was supposed to repeat or maybe to go to a high school, and I say, I don't think it can make any difference. But through that special school, we call for my special school.
Yes.
There is my journey where started, because to what I was doing, plus the sports, swimming, horse riding, I started from there.
Yes,
horse
I saw
riding.
that. Yes, yeah.
So the more one of the parents was paying for me horse riding, the more I was enjoying myself.
Fantastic.
So the more I was enjoying myself, I was going out to enjoy myself.
Wow.
So that is the time I knew Special Olympics in 1995 when it was going to Nearby, Connecticut. I participated in the horse riding, and I got 2 gold medals.
Look at that.
And 1 silver. But when you're riding the horse, it's not about making sure it runs. You're just being told, being directed, make it a walk, run it a bit,
Yes.
and that is the way I won.
Wow.
And since 1995, I'm in Special Olympics because
Wow.
I love it.
Congratulations. There was something I really enjoyed. I watched another interview as you were speaking, and it really struck me. And it's building confidence. That really struck me because all of us who are able to do other things, like for me, I walk up to a horse and I really feel intimidated. Building that confidence, or even getting into a pool, which will come to you, that story was quite interesting. Building that confidence, how do you work with the sportsmen and women to build their confidence to actually believe, I can do this?
Because in sports, mostly you have to believe yourself.
Yes.
And have the courage which you can say, I'll do it.
Yes.
I'll make it.
Yes.
Because if you don't do it, you'll not do the sports which you're supposed to do.
Yes.
But if you have that courage, because
Yes.
like me in horse riding,
Yes.
imagine riding a horse and which is very tall.
Yes.
And it is easily for you to fall down and hurt yourself. But having that courage and the coach encouraging you, you'll do it.
Yeah.
That is the courage which I had.
Wow.
And since when I did horse riding and now I came to athletics, to handball, to floor hockey, all those sports, they're different.
Yes.
But in Special Olympics, I think I was a neutral person whereby I can say, in any sports, if you put me, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's encouraging to all of us viewers, isn't it? Now, I want to come to you, ASIYA. You get a call from TUDA Water Sports, and they're telling you, come, get into this boat, we want you to row, and you had never swum before. Tell us about that. How did you overcome that challenge?
So I was just coming from tennis tournament outside the country, and I got this call, and they're like, there's this game that has been there, but it's not well known, but it's not that dominant. So we just feel like you fit on a certain category in this game. Can you please come and try it out? I was like, why not?
What?
Yeah, I was like, why not? You know, by then I had lots of time in between. So I was like, why not? And Mombasa is my home. By then I was in Nairobi, so I just went to Mombasa the next day. And when I went there, it was that they were training the new ones, you see, how to row. Yeah. And I told them, I've never swum. I don't know how to swim. I told them I don't know how to swim. I've never seen even this thing before, the boat now. But they're like, nobody will teach you. Just try out. You just try out. There were Navy people there waiting for in case of emergency and all the stuff. Yes. So I went in, and I think I did something wrong with the boat, and then I kind of flipped. My head was down, and the boat was on top of me. That was the first time that I've drank so much water at a go. And I was just back in my mind. I was like, I'm not ready to die yet. I'm still.
It's not your time. But it forced you to get out of there.
Yes. So with that motivation, it's like I'm not ready to die. I flip it on top of the boat, and I sat on top of the boat.
Look at that.
And they were like, that's the rower. That's the rower. We want that one. That's the rower.
Wow.
I was like, that's the rower. And I sat on top of that boat, and I was like, okay.
What have I gotten myself into?
That was really horrific. And everyone thought that I will never come again. So I surprised them, because the next day I came, and I still continue coming to row and learn more.
That is amazing. You see, even if you fall, doesn't mean it's the end.
Yeah.
You get up again and keep trying and keep going. That's what I'm learning from you right now.
Sure.
So I'm going to come to you, Vincent, and this is more or less on the preparations again. As we know, you have differently abled and others who are not differently abled, meaning that they have intellectual disability. How do you prepare them? Because I see you have some booklets here. Because they cannot read, but probably you have a special way of helping them understand how to stay safe. Could you take us through that?
Yeah, so thank you so much for that. So for all athletes within Special Olympics, you know, they have intellectual disability.
Yes.
So meaning one of their greatest challenges is cognitive ability. So once we get any material that we need to share with them, we try to make what we refer to as easy read version for them.
Okay.
Something that will not stress them up. Let me start by, when we had the COVID-19, everything came down to a standstill.
Absolutely.
Most of our athletes, maybe they were not able to understand, why are we not going to the field? Yeah, making them understand that COVID-19 and rating that or not going to the field. For some, they were able to understand, but quite a good number of them, they were not able to understand. And for them, for us, sports may not, it's competition, yes, but also we view it as bonding. About 90% of them, their friends are within that circle of Special Olympics. So we came up with a way, there's a program we run, which is run in Special Olympics all over the world. We call it the Fit 5. So this Fit 5, Fit 5 means someone to do exercises 5 days in a week.
Okay.
Then every day, take 5 glasses or 5 bottles of water every day, depending on the measure that you use. And then the other one, make sure every day, eat 5 fruits or vegetables. So that's what we are training them. So we put it in this kind of a version, and then we produced more than 5,000 copies that we shared all over the country.
Wow.
So we are using coaches, and on top of, no, these are the ones who are not able to be on maybe social media, maybe internet-based gadgets. So we also did other programs with KICD. Yes. So we came up with some fillers, 7 minutes videos where we were able to take them through that. And also we were able to use our social medias. We could prepare a program for a month program, share with the coaches, share with their caregivers, then every day they have something to do. Then on the other hand, we also do something we refer to as safeguarding for Special Olympics. Remember, majority of them, they may not be able to say yes or no. And even sometimes they can say yes, but maybe they are not so sure what they have said yes to. Anybody working in Special Olympics, from the national director to the board of directors, to us, the coaches, we have to be vetted. We have to ensure that safeguarding issues, we are 100%. So also now we have thought that also athletes, they need to know their rights. If an abuse has happened to them, how do they report? How do they recognize an abuse?
Yes.
So through Special Olympics Africa, through Special Olympics International and Special Olympics Africa, they have helped us produce these cards. They are easy to read version cards, where majority of them is visual. They are able to see. So if you say maybe an abuse has happened, they just open a page and then they are able to tell you. They may not have any speech, but they can, So they can open a page if maybe an abuse has happened, point to maybe a picture which is there, and you as a coach, they start giving you some hints. So now that the kind of training that we are giving them, all the way from the directors to us, the program staff, to the coaches, to the athletes, and also to the partners. The partners are the ones without intellectual disabilities. So that as we try to go to their level as much as possible. And then remember, for Special Olympics, everything that we do it for free. So we don't charge. Even when we are preparing for these games, we don't charge them to come and attend our competitions. Yes.
So I'm going to come to you, Joshua. Now we're going to come to your work as a sports officer. What does that entail at Special Olympics Kenya?
That entails when you're having an event, I remove each and everything which we need to use when you're going to if it is the national games, any competition, any event which we have, I'm the one who is in charge of equipment. So I ensure every equipment which we need that time, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to check if they're okay.
Yes.
I'm going to, when you go to the venues, if it's sent in the banners, to sure every place if we need the banner is placed.
Yes.
If it's let me give you the example of the national games.
Yes.
If it's the balls, the beeps, I need it to put out and to be ready during that time. And the flame of the hope, and the numbers when we are done by competing to give the awards.
Yes.
We need each and everything to be set. So I ensure everything is set when we need anything, any time of competition, any time.
Okay.
I put it ready.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. ASIYA, I was just wondering, as a para-athlete, we are going to move away from the speciality of rowing, because you have a wide scope of games that you play. What are the challenges that you face, you and probably those in the same discipline as you, and you would like the government to get involved and see what kind of solutions you can give, because it's only you in that seat. Not me can come and tell you this is what you need. We need to change from that mindset. It's for you to tell us what are the issues that you face, and what do you think would assist this new dispensation to help you face the challenges that you have?
Yeah, we've got lots of challenges,
yes.
Especially the physical disabled para-athletes, and this challenge of kind of making they kind of make the game not to grow. There's lack of growth and development in our games. That's why you get to see only 9 of us qualified for the Tokyo Paralympics, because challenges are starting with the leadership of the organization that manages the para games, para sports.
Yes.
From the organization itself, it has so many wrangles that when an organization has wrangle on its own, it affects the federation. It affects the federation that affiliated with them,
yes.
And then it affects the athletes that are affiliated to different federation, and that's what is happening currently. Wow. And we lack, as a para-athlete, we lack the practitioners, the trained personnel, those coaches, the referees for the games that we play. And when you see if we lack them, that is automatically it's automatically that we will also be lacking the athletes themselves. Right. That's why you can see a player can play, a para-athlete can play 4 or to 3 games. Wow. Because the games are not simultaneously. Yes. And at the same time they're not continuous. Like for example, I will give you over badminton. Yes. 2018 I was world number 10 in badminton.
Wow.
And I was introduced 2 weeks, and then the next following days I was told you are supposed to be in a tournament.
Did you guys not?
And I was taken to a tournament.
Wait, we're still stuck at 2 weeks. Did you guys capture that? 2 weeks. I told you this woman is fire. Yeah. 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was trained 2 weeks before the international tournament.
Wow.
They just saw me coming out of a tennis tournament, and they're like, do you know badminton? I said, don't know. We can train you. There is a game called badminton. It was like, why not?
So she never says no to anything.
But nowadays I say no, because now I want to cut down into smaller games. So, and then I went to badminton. The coach was like, don't do anything. Just make sure the shuttle does not fall on your side. Just like that. And that's what I did. I make sure the shuttle does not fall on my side, and I get to win all the games I won just by returning it, making sure.
You told me not to make sure it hits the ground, so.
I did it. So with that, after that I came back home, and just like that, there was no badminton. The simultaneous of a game, the flowness, there's not, it's
lack
not there.
Of continuity.
And the transmission, I realized the greatest disadvantage the para-athletes have is the transmission from the schools to the world. You see, when you come out of the school, you are not their problem, the teachers, you're not their teachers' problem. Yeah. You the parents and all that.
Yes.
So there is no one, the intermediaries. There are no intermediaries. Like you see those talent, people that develop talent, that they seek for talent.
Yes.
Like this, like my friend here said, that they go counties to counties.
Looking for
talent.
Scouting.
That has never happened in the physically disabled world in Kenya. That has happened. For instance, like me, I was just coming from Shanzu Teachers Training College after playing, and then I was in Matatu. Then I met a guy, and this guy was like, "There's a wheelchair tennis. You should come and try. There are so many persons with disability there." Let's say I haven't met that guy.
What?
I've never boarded that Matatu. I won't have known that there is a wheelchair tennis.
Tennis. So there's lack of awareness.
There's lack of awareness. There's lack of transmission. After the children have been developed, the games have been developed in school, there's no one for the follow-up. There's no one. They're just there, confused athletes. And about the confused, I was after I qualified for the Tokyo. Can you believe? This is when we come for the lack of finances. When I was introduced to para rowing, after that was 2019.
Yes.
And then in 2020 October, I was supposed to be in a qualifier in what do you call Tunisia. And then all of a sudden we were told there is no funds. There are no funds. You just, and I was like, oh my goodness, hakuna pesa. And we've just started this game.
Yes.
Nimepata motisha sasa. I want to do.
You're motivated to go
on.
Yeah. And
I told my family, and they're like, where are you exactly going? I said, I'm going to Tunisia. It's just here in Africa. Let's open an WhatsApp account. We contribute for you. You just go do your thing.
So it was through like social media platform that.
Just WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group. Your
friends
family
of friends,
and
friends on friends. Just please contribute for her this air ticket and visa. And I imagine they did that.
That is amazing.
They did that. But that is me. What about the rest of the rest of the para-athletes, like me, in different disciplines?
Yes.
So when I went to the airport, going to Tunisia,
Yes.
and I was about to board the plane. I saw the able bodies on in the same field, in the same discipline, the rowers, the able-bodied rowers. And I get to pay my own air ticket, my own visa, my own everything. And they were there, fully clothed, everything from top to bottom. And the coaches come and yes, why are you here? I said, I paid for myself, I'm going to the qualifiers. You're also going to Tunisia? I said, yes. You know, and I told coach, where did you get your stuff? Because I don't know how I will row there when I'm going. And the coach was like, we are from the NOC, you are from Kenya Paralympic Committee. We are from the National Olympic Kenya, and you are from the Paralympic Committee. And I was like, by the end of the day, we are all Kenyans.
It is a Kenyan.
We are all Kenyan, exactly, I suppose.
Yes.
And when I was about to enter the waters in Tunisia, they told me you are not supposed to row with these clothes, because I went with tennis clothes there, and they're like, you are supposed to wear different, like the ones that the able bodies are wearing.
So you had no brief?
I had no brief, I had nothing, I had no coach. You see, but the guys there, the Kenyan guys, they helped me with the clothes, they helped me with carrying the boat. So I was just there, and I'm at the qualifiers. What I'm trying to say, there are no, like I said before, there are no practitioners. There is no organization that bind us together as the para-athletes.
Yes.
It's just, it's demoralizing, because it's so demoralizing. Imagine the upcoming para-athletes and the future athletes.
Yes.
Do you think the parents will allow their children to follow the games?
So yes, this is a challenge to our sports ministry to really look into it, because we cannot allow, because they're all athletes, regardless of their status. They are Kenyans,
yes,
and they are representing us, so they should get equal, if not more, because I strongly believe, guys, that anybody who's differently abled works extra hard, much more than the able-bodied person. If I'm not wrong, is that the situation?
I agree with you. You say we work extra hard in all angles of life,
yes,
not only sports. In
yes,
all angles of life, we work really extra hard. And you see, the extra hard we're working is not being motivated. No one is motivating us to do the extra.
Yeah.
It's just like you do your thing and then go home.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's sometimes, like I said, I knew we can talk here forever and ever, especially when I'm talking to you, I get so challenged. But Vincent, as you prepare for the different 16 Olympic sports that you play, I don't want to go through the entire list. What are like we've heard about her challenges.
Yeah.
Now I would like to know, what are your challenges? What are the challenges that you go through? Because you have, like I've seen, you're expected to play. your role is to make sure that all of them are playing somewhere. So what are the challenges? Because I'm sure it's not all beauty and fantastic all along, but there's some operations you go through to, the logistics that you go through to make sure that your team has actually trained well and they're all on the same mindset, from where we see on TV. We don't know the backstory.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. I think this is an opportunity, because right now you've just watched something here.
Yeah.
And you can see they have equipment, they have everything. I have noticed there's some kind of a lack of something somewhere. I'd like you to take that opportunity and just highlight the issues you go through.
Yeah, so thank you so much. For me, I'll say, let me go back to where I started.
Yes.
That for Special Olympics, one of the special things that we do, whatever we do, we offer it for free to the athletes.
Absolutely.
Whether it is sports, whether it is medical camps, and everything. So one of the greatest challenges that we have, let me say, it's resources. Since for Special Olympics to be able to reach out, remember I say we go to all the villages. Last week, we were in Taita Taveta just to go and do screening. It was not about sports. You have to ensure that they're in good health for them to come to the field. Mm-hmm. So we need resources. But to start maybe from a good side, I will say, the reason why we have also done our games almost 1 year ago, actually we were supposed to do it in July,
yes.
but now given that the elections were coming, so we had to postpone it,
yes.
is to give Special Olympics, and let me start with maybe the board of governors, the board of directors, they have to do what we refer to as, allow me to say, crazy fundraising. They have to knock all the doors. And the other advantage we have, sometimes we go to the government, and sometimes the government comes through for us.
Sometimes.
But, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So they come through for us.
Yes, sometimes.
Like when you talk about maybe a team is traveling,
yes.
they'll pay like the bus fare, not the bus fare, but air ticket. But we still request maybe for more resources, like between now and June.
Yes.
We need to have our team trained. We need them to go for residential camps.
Yes.
To have the proper training equipment, like
yes.
maybe from the video we have seen.
Yes.
There is the resources that they have in terms of facilities, they are quite good.
Exactly.
Even us, sometimes we are able to get maybe some of these
yes.
ones on VIK. Let me say, like from the universities that we have, University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University.
Yes.
Sometimes our sports stadia, they are able to offer us some of those services, facilities to use.
Yes.
But we may wish to find it maybe even in all the counties,
yes.
such that wherever they are, at least they can get some standard equipment that they can be able to use. Then for us as Special Olympics, what we do, we start our training early. For us to participate in any Special Olympics competition, the rule is you must have trained for not less than 8 weeks. That's the rule that we use. This is to ensure that they have received quality training.
Yes.
And once they come, they can prove that they can show the skills and they understand the rules of the game.
Yes.
So, but for us, we don't go with 8 weeks. For them to participate this month, we started 3 years ago. And one of the other things that the government, I'll say how we are able to work with the government, we use the already established agencies. Like us, we work closely with Ministry of Education.
Okay.
Reason, majority of the athletes that we talk about, they're in schools.
Yes.
So in order for us to reach out to them, as a Special Olympics, alone we cannot manage. So what we do, we build the capacity of the teachers that handle them on day-to-day basis. So we give them volunteer training, we give them coach training, we encourage them to go and register with federations so that they are certified by the federations. Yes. Then they become our volunteer coaches. So we find us, we are in our office, but we are everywhere. Yes. Like there's a program we are doing with Ministry of Education, we refer to it as Unified Champion Schools. We are in so many schools offering several sports. So and that I'm saying, through that way, then also we have the Ministry of Sports, they also come handy for us, Ministry of Health and all that one there. So that's how we are able to overcome that one. But the bottom line is, the reason why they do 3 years is because they have to work harder as compared to the other one. So we may appeal for more resources to be availed to the disability, maybe federations, so that we are able to adequately also prepare our athletes, so that once they're going to represent our country, they have the right skills to do.
Okay. Yeah. So then I just suggest that we have a parting shot from each and one of you. We have a good, less than 30 seconds. So I'd like you to start to one line, parting shot to the public. Anything you'd like to say?
I think people who have intellectual disability, they are really a good people.
Yes.
They can do a lot by being supported. And because even many athletes who have intellectual disability, if they are being given jobs or being assigned something, they can still do it.
Yes.
It's just we are different. But we have the energy and we have, if we've been given support,
yes, and
we'll have a good life too. Because even us, we have to have a life too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. ASIYA?
1
second.
Okay, this appeal to the government, maybe they should intervene with the parasports and parasports, the organization that lead the sports, so that there is an urgency to make it a smoother transition for the future and the upcoming para-athletes. Thank you.
For my case, I want to talk to the community. If you know or you have someone living with intellectual disabilities, don't hide them. Reach out to Special Olympics, then we'll be able to direct you on where you can be able to access the services that we offer. We are just a phone call away. Just go to our email, reach out to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very, very much for coming and being with us at the Kenya International Sports Film Festival. Beaming live from Kenya International Sports Festival here in Nairobi, Lavington. And my parting shot is, I hope you all have learned something. Let us stop looking at the differently abled person. See the person. I've been your moderator for this session. I'm Florence NDUTA. Thank you.